Hey, greetings, this is Dwayne, CFRN. Today is Sunday, 13th day of October 2013. Time now, 1:10 a.m. Pacific time. That's right. I'm going to make this video short. I'm famous for beginning all of my videos with the statement, I'm going to make this video short. But you know what? I really am, for two reasons. I only have one thing to cover, and I'm tired. So, with any luck and a tailwind, we'll get her done. If you're not familiar with our company, our site, our radio station, who we are, what we do, how we do it, you can find out all about it right here at www.cfrn.net. Now, yes, the rumors are true. You don't really need the W's anymore. See? It's like magic. Alright, let's get to the point of this video. You ready? I did a video Thursday night. That was a short video that took like 45 minutes. I really do want to make this one short, so pay attention. We'll get going. Last week, for the very first time, I published weekly trading zones on the 30-year bonds. We've published weekly trading zones for years now on the S&P 500. They work great, beautiful. On the Dow, same thing. We've also published for quite a while on the Russell, the 6E. Those I'm not quite as crazy about. They're just, honestly, they're not as good as the S&P. Same formula, same math, just plays out a little bit different. And so I don't like to turn out a product that is not consistent. And so that's why I've stayed away from other markets. Now, I had a request a couple months ago to start the yen up. I said I'll try. I'll take a pass, see what it looks like. And in the video I did just 2 days ago, we looked at the yen up close, and wow, yeah, it did really nice. So I'm going to keep doing it. I'm just going to keep doing it. This past Sunday night, I surprised everybody, and without any prompting from the audience this time, I decided to publish some weekly trading zones for the 30-year bonds. I'm a little bit taken with the bonds. I've never looked that closely at them. For some reason, there was like some cloud of mystery hanging over them. Well, what do I know about bonds? Oh, well, what do I know about the S&P or E-minis or soybeans or lean hogs? Well, there's one thing I know how to do, and that's read a chart. And so a chart is a chart is a chart. Well, if that's true, then why don't the zones work out so well in some of the markets like gold or crude? I explained that the other night. It's because they're emotional markets, and they don't seem to always just move by the numbers. Sometimes something else gets in there and stirs up the pot. Treasury, I think, could be that same kind of an animal. Very emotional. So I did zones for this week that we've just finished, and in a few hours I'll be creating new zones for the upcoming week in all the markets: the S&P, the Dow, the Russell, the 6E, the yen, and I'm gonna do them again for the bonds. Okay, and I'm gonna show you why I'm gonna do them for the bonds. They were a little erratic, but it worked out. Now, what is a zone? What's that all about? A zone is an area on the chart, and that's an important word in this context. It's an important area on the chart. It's not an exact pinpoint spot. Okay? In the S&P, we sometimes get very spoiled because in the S&P, quite often it turns out that in fact it is an exact spot. Let me show you what I mean. Right here, S&P 500. This is where the week ended, okay? Right inside of a weekly trading zone, 1699, 1700. Okay? Look how price consolidated, marched across, made a run, nice, pulled back, it spiked the zone, but what did it do? This hourly candle closed above the zone. That gave us the green light to take this thing right on up. Okay? And that's a nice trade. We had a tweet out to consider being long above 1693 up to the zone, and so 8 points from 83 to 91. That'll almost make your week right there. Again, this is the S&P, and what I want to talk to you about is in fact the Treasury. Okay, so let's get back over to that chart and go. All right, this is last Sunday night's Globex Open. Right here, this little red candle was last Friday's close. Again, today is October 13th. So not Friday 2 days ago, but last Sunday, a week ago, and the preceding Friday. Okay? This would be Friday, October the 4th. Bonds closed at 133.02. They gapped open Sunday night, 133.07. Made a dash for the weekly trading zone up at 133.15/17. Now, basically prices go sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 hours. Okay, we go zone to zone, then we go sideways for 13 hours. Now that zone to zone move, what's that worth? If you took it from 133.04 up to 133.15, that would be worth $343. Okay, but you got to remember the market gapped open. Okay, so let's take it the swing. Let's look at the swing low here, 133.05 up to 133.15. Again, the open 133.05 to 133.15. That's 10 ticks. Okay. Now the 30-year bonds pay $31.25 per tick. 31.25 per tick. There's 32 ticks in a point. 32 ticks per point. Okay. All right, let's go to the math. 32 times 31.5 equals. That's not right. Okay, let's go 31.25 times 31. That's not right. What? I got a faulty calculator. 31.25 times 32 equals $1,000. Goodness gracious! I knew it was $1,000 per tick. I was just trying to prove it to you with the math. So much for calculators. Go with what you know. All right. So 32 ticks per point. Therefore, 1 point equals $1,000 per contract traded. Cost you $25,000 to day trade stocks. You got to have a minimum account balance to day trade equity stocks, whatever you call them. $25,000 minimum account balance to day trade. Definition of a day trader, I'm sure you know. If you make more than 3 round turns in the same stock in a 5-day period of time, boom, you're labeled a day trader, and the stigma never goes away. Not illegal. You just got to keep 25 grand in your account from now on. That's all. Okay. E-mini futures, soybean futures, and bond futures are a little bit different animal. You don't need $25,000 in your account. In fact, you can open an account with as little as $2,000. You should have $5,000 to $10,000 in the account, really. Okay, so you got a little bit of breathing room. But I don't want you to think too far ahead yet, because if you decide to come get an education from us, if you want us to teach you how to do what I'm about to show you, we're going to require you to stay in the simulator until you're consistently profitable. Okay? Well, how long is that going to take, you ask? Great question. I don't know. Could take 2 weeks. Doubt it. A month. More like it. Could it take a couple months? Could. Is your system that complicated? Nope. It's probably the simplest system you've ever seen. In fact, we're going to teach you how to get into this trade within the first couple days that you're with us. It's a 90-day course. We give you 5 days free up front. We give you 5 days free. We let you use our platform, our data, and our indicators for 5 days. We don't even ask you for a credit card. That's how confident we are about what we have to offer, and how confident we are that you're going to like it. You're going to want to become a partner, be a part of the community, come get an education. If it turns out after you've used our data, our charts, our platform, and our indicators for 5 full days, and you're not convinced, we stay friends forever, and hope you'll come hang out with us on the radio show. Been broadcasting now for 8 years. Love to have you as a part of the audience. But I think once you see what you can do with our methodology, not only in these 30-year bonds, but in the yen, the euro, and the S&P, and the Dow, and the Russell, the NASDAQ, the soybeans, crude, gold, you name it. If there is a futures market that you want to trade, copper, we'll teach you how to trade it using one setup, one time frame, one set of indicators. Now I know what you're thinking. I didn't just fall off the truck. That's not possible. Well, interestingly enough, it is. Okay? Did we discover something new? Actually not. No. We discovered something old. We discovered the rhythm of the market. Okay? What we do, our methodology and our indicators, they embody the underlying rhythm of the market. Okay? So no matter what the market does, it can speed up, it can slow down. We don't have to go tweak anything, turn any knobs. We don't curve fit our data. We don't need to. Because what we do adapts with the tempo of the market. These weekly trading zones that you're looking at for the 30-year bonds, again, this is my very first week publishing them. I wasn't even sure. Well, I don't want to confuse you. Let me just show you what happened. So we made a rally. I want to give you an exact number here. What did we say this was? This was good for, well, we'll put this over here because that's for the full. See, from 04 to 15, that's 11. So 3125 times 11. 3125 times 11. It's 343.75. Call it 343. But this move, because of the gap open, you couldn't get in until the open was 05. So 05 up to 15's 10. So we'll just call that 300 bucks. Okay. Now, before I go any further, let me say this. I'm showing you this on a historical chart. What does that mean? It means all this stuff already happened. What does that mean? It means that anybody can make anything look pretty good after the fact. Doesn't take a lot of talent to put some lines up on a chart after everything happens and then show everybody how they could have made a gajillion dollars. Alright? So just be upfront with that. I'm going to invite you to come and trade live with us. In fact, in case I've already bored you and you just want to come and trade live with us, you can do that if I give you the address. Here, cfrn.net/apply. There you go. Like that. I need to reboot. I've been running for a month now. Definitely need a reboot. So just go to this page, cfrn.net apply. Scroll down, name, email address, and then just register for the free trial. There's no credit card required. There's no gotcha. We're not tricking you into something and blah blah. No, legitimately straight up. You can come hang out in the live trading room for 5 days, watch us trade, and ask us all the questions you want. Now, when you ask questions, we're actually going to answer them. We're not going to get grumpy. We're not going to boot you out of the room. If you get rude, we will boot you out. But if you're just genuinely asking a question because you want to know, well, that's why we're there. Never understood the grumpy guru syndrome. But boy, is it out there, right? Okay. Anyway, you don't have to worry about that with us. Just fill this out. We'll send you some emails. You got to click some links. You got to download the platform. You got to register for the live trading room. But I'm going to give you all that information in an email. And then if you have any questions, you're going to have phone numbers to call and email addresses where you can reach us, so that if you want to be in the live trading room tomorrow morning, and it doesn't matter what day you listen to this except Saturday. Alright, if you're listening to this on a Saturday, you got to wait till Monday morning. But any other day, Sunday through Thursday, if you submit your request, we're going to act immediately. We're going to send you out the link for the next day. So on a Saturday, obviously, you get Monday's link. But if you do this on a Tuesday, you'll get Wednesday's link. Thursday, Friday's link, right? If it's early enough on a Thursday, I'll go ahead and send you Thursday's link. Bottom line is we're going to give you 5 full days in the live trading room. So you don't have to worry about, well, gosh, it's already Wednesday. If I sign up, I'm only going to get 2 days. That's not true, okay? You'll get the entire 5 days. Doesn't matter what day you sign up, all right? All right. So price makes a dash off the Globex Sunday night open up to the zone. It's good for 300 bucks per contract, okay? It's really important to understand that this is all per contract, okay? I said that we are going to insist that you remain in the simulator until you're consistently profitable. When it's time to go live, we're only going to allow you to go live with 1 contract. I know. You want to go live with 5 or 10. Because if you go live with 10 and make a couple points a day, that's $1,000 a day, and, well, you're just that kind of guy. That's how you roll, right? Yeah, I know. Don't we all? Now, hear me and hear me well. We have people come in from all different places in life. Some people have retired. Some people have just sold a business. People have inherited money. Other people have just worked really hard and saved up their money, you know, over the years. And now they're ready to get started trading. Okay? No matter how you came about your seed, it's very important that you protect your seed. If you're incredibly wealthy and you know, got more money than you can spend, then you probably don't even need to be watching this video or trading futures, right? You can just hire somebody to manage your money, and you can go lay on the beach. Have one of those drinks with the little umbrella, right? This is actually for people who want and or need to trade for a living. You want to earn daily income, okay? If that's you, then you're in the right place. So, once you go live with one contract, we want you to earn a minimum of $1,000, preferably $2,000, before you go to 2 contracts. And then we want you to earn another $1,000 to $2,000 before you go to 3 contracts. Then another $1,000 to $2,000 before you go to 4 contracts. You're doing 2 things here. You're building a positive equity curve coming out of the gate, and you're protecting your seed. If we do this thing right, okay, we might not have to ever risk more than the initial margin that you put up on those first couple trades. Now, no matter what market you're trading, S&P, crude, gold, soybeans, we never risk more than 8 ticks. Ever. On the bonds, because this is a new product for us, probably only going to risk 4 ticks. Might be 3. It's probably going to be 4. It's definitely not going to be 8. Okay? Stay with me. $300 move up, little double top, $343 move back down to the zone. Oh, and where do the zones come from, you ask? Okay, great question. I mail out the zones to all of the CFRN partners before the market opens every Monday. Okay? Before the market opens every Monday. So you have an opportunity. We have a little tool that will just apply them right to your chart so that you've got them there for the entire week, because once we publish them and once you put them on your chart, they don't change for the entire week. Doesn't matter what the market does. It can go crazy to the upside. It can fall through the floor. The zones remain the same. Okay, they're carved in stone. And there's a high probability on any given week that we're going to close the week below the highest zone and above the lowest zone. That's just the way it's worked out. But that's not really that important, because that doesn't make you money. What makes you money is when price goes from zone to zone. In this case, 340 bucks. Now, look at this nice little candlestick signal we get at the zone. That's a dynamic signal to consider being long because it's in proper context. And also, this dynamic signal is being displayed on top of a fixed support area. Okay, so the trip back up is worth how much? $343. Another little double top. We consolidate for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hours. We make the trip back down. How much? Now see, here's an instance of where it turns right at the zone. Didn't spike it like it did on these areas. That's why I always remind you it's an area. Okay, so 343 down, 343 back up, 343 down, 343 back up, 343 down. Now this can't go on forever, right? But it can go on for how long? As long as it goes on. That's the nature of the market. So let's just count and see how many trips we had. Now the first trip, okay, we know that one we just said 300. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. we got $343 times 5. 343 times 5 equals, let's see what that equals. 343 times 5 equals 1715. So we've got $1,715. Okay. Gotta put that old disclaimer out there. Per contract. Okay. Now we had 300. We had just one trip. So I guess I'll say $300 times 1 equals, duh, $300 per contract. Alright. Okay. You with me? This is exciting, man. This is good stuff. This is real. Okay. Next move. From zone to zone. Okay, remember we covered every one of these moves. Covered that move, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright? That's these 5 and that 1. Now we get a move that goes from 133.02. See, I'm measuring from the lower. I could measure it from the top and then measure it from like the bottom right here. And that would give me an extra 4 ticks in this trade. But yeah, I like to err on the side of, well, I'm conservative. Alright, so from 133.02 now to 132.24, that is, oh Lord, here we go. I said there's 8 ticks. There's 32 ticks. So 24 plus 8 plus 2. How'd I get $80 here? Now, let me do some math. I came in here and did these figures earlier. I thought I'd make things go quicker. Okay, 180 divided by 3125 equals. Okay, I'm saying I only got 5.7. That's not right, because there's 32 ticks in a point. You can tell I'm new to the bonds. So 24 up to 32. How many is that? That's 8, right? All right, let's just do it this way. Okay, we're measuring off of 24 here. So let's go 25. 1, 2, 3. On the right-hand side, you can see the number changing over there in the red. So that was 3. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If that was sophisticated, man, I gotta tell you, that was very sophisticated. So there was, I'm laughing, so now I gotta use a calculator. 10 times 31.25 equals 312.50. Now I think, no, that's not why that happened. I don't know where I came up with that number. Anyway. Remember, this is what makes it confusing. There's 30, we're used to there being 10 ticks in a point, or like in the S&P, there's 4 ticks to a point. But these bonds, it's 32 ticks per point. At 31.25 per tick pays $1,000 per point. And a point would be like going from 133 to 134. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm going to invent some. I went on the internet, honestly. I looked for some little software program that was already designed to calculate these numbers. Because our calculator that we have, it's based on what the base 10 number system, going way back a lot of years to elementary math. But this is like base 32. If people came from another planet, we couldn't trade bonds with them, because they would probably be using this base 10 base whatever number system, right? Anyway, so we know there's 10 ticks there. Fair enough. We know that pays $312.50. So let's go add that to our little repertoire. $312.50. $312.50 times 1 equals I'm not going to type per contract anymore. You got that part, right? I mean, it's a little disclaimer I want you to understand, but hey, come on. All right. Then price breaks through this zone and pulls a fast one on us. Doesn't make it all the way to the zone. That happens. Remember, zones are an area, not an exact point on the chart. Now, I could show you some fancy footwork, but it's not time for that. You see what happened up here? Price came down, got within 1 tick of the zone right here. This swing low is 132.25. The zone's at 24. So price came within 1 tick. So it came 9 ticks down, 9 ticks back up, 9 ticks back down. So this move, if we were looking at it on a smaller time frame on our slingshot, you'd see it crystal clear. There's 3 9-point moves. Move down, 9 ticks, back up 9 ticks, and then it actually makes a full 10-tick move down. So I could count that as what, 38, 28. Yeah. But I'm not. I put it down as 1, just this one move. All right. And this is so awesome. I don't need to like try to over impress you. Okay. So anyway, the swing low here is 132.02. So what do we miss that by? 3 ticks? Let's find out. Let's use our sophisticated method again. There's 29. Watch over on the far right. Watch the little red numbers. 1, 2, 3, 3. We missed it by 3 ticks. It happens. Okay. Now, I've done the math, but I better make sure, because I got the other one wrong. If the swing low is 132, and this number up here is 132.22, I know without the calculator that's 22 ticks times 31.25 equals 687.50. I got it wrong again. Okay. Fair enough. Glad I redid the math. Swing low 132 up to 132.22. Okay. 22 ticks. Let me do it one more time. 31.25 times 22 equals 687.50. Okay. I must have been showing somebody, I don't know what I was showing somebody when I was, maybe I put those numbers on as the chart was filling out through the week and just never went back and updated it when it made the lower move. But I mean, you can go check on your own historic chart. I mean, and you can check with a partner and he'll tell you these are actually the weekly zones that were sent out. So 687 down, 687 back up. So we got to go up here to our little legend. We got to go $687. 687.50. 687.50, but times 2. Why times 2? Hang on, I'll show you. Times 2. Times 2 equals $1,375. Again, I'm not going to type out per contract, but you understand that it is per contract, okay? Now, why times 2? Right here. It was 687 down, 687 back up. That's why. Now, what happened here? In 1 hour, price ran all the way up and all the way back. Well, in 1 hour it ran all the way up. Over 2 hours it ran all the way up and all the way back down. Right? I don't want to talk fast here like I'm trying to pull something over on you. Right. See how price, the green candle, goes all the way to the top? Then it comes back down. So that's 312 up, 312 back down. And then it, it throws out some other trades, but I won't even count those. Let's just count the final move back up. Okay, so we've got 312.50, 312.50, 312.50. So that's 312.50 times 3. Are you excited yet, or what? Are you? Well, calm down, because I'm gonna bring you back down to earth here in a minute, okay? I mean, it's good, but don't start booking airline reservations or anything. All right. It's okay to keep watching House Hunters International. My wife and I love that show. And someday, God willing, we'll retire in Ecuador. We have an orphanage in Africa, but we think we'd like to actually do our retiring in Ecuador. We've been there, been to Peru, love Machu Picchu. I would love to live at that little town at the base of the mountain. I'm trying to think of the name of it. They have these beautiful hot springs there, no cars. The only way to get there is by train. You take this train, an old train, and it winds through the mountains. It's awesome. And there's this little town. And I won't turn this into a tour brochure, but if you've never seen or even heard of Machu Picchu, Google it. It is so beautiful. You'll want to go there. Save up your money. It's not that expensive. You fly. You can fly out of LA, Texas, or Miami. Okay? And you fly into trying to think of the name of the major airport there in Ecuador that we flew into. It'll come to me in a minute. But you bring it up on a map and stuff, you'll see it. I think our tickets were like $1,300 round trip airfare. When we go to Africa, for the orphanage. We get missionary rates on our tickets. But when we went to Ecuador, we were going there as just a pure vacation, so I didn't request. I could have gotten them, but I didn't want to do that. So next time we go, though, we might do some missionary work. See, my wife and I just adopted. I'm now as a man of a certain age, I'm suddenly the father of an 11-year-old boy and the father of a beautiful 6-year-old daughter. They've been in our lives for quite a few years. And Gabe, he's lived with us pretty much almost full time since he was 4. But just this year it all became official with the courts and everything, and kids wanted their names changed, and so we let them. And now they can have passports, and we haven't been able to go out of the country for the last couple of years since they've been with us full time, because when kids are wards of the state, you can take them out of state, and my wife did do some vacationing in the States, but can't take them out of the country. until the adoption is final and they can get passports and all of that. So they're excited. We've taken Gabe on a plane a couple times, but Emily's never been on a plane. She's very excited. I don't know where our first trip will be or when it will be. Probably it'll be, I hope it'll be this Christmas, to go and see my parents who live in Georgia, and grandparents. They've never met the kids. The kids have never met their grandparents, so that'll be awesome. So actually, Gabe has met my mom, but Emily hasn't. So anyway, let me stray back over here. You didn't tune into this video to hear about my personal stuff. So we covered the 312.50. All right, we already caught it once on the way down, but then over here, up, down, back up again. So that's 3 times 312.50, 937.50. Now what happens? Well, as it goes through this zone, it goes right up to this zone, and look what it does. It turns on the dime again. Crazy, right? Okay, now we already know how much this move is worth because we measured it over here. From the interior zone right there to this line, it's 343. So we go up once, down once, that's 343 times 2. I thought I had the wrong one. There we go. 343 times 2 equals, can he do it without the calculator? How about 686? You buying that? Alright. 686. So are you excited? Well, calm down. It's good, but it's not the Holy Grail, okay? I don't want to bum you out or rain on your parade. I just be honest with you. But it is really, really good. So it's okay to be a little bit excited. And then we make, this was Friday, okay, the close on Friday, October the 11th. Look where the market closed. It respected the zone. It closed right at the zone. 132.22. Now you're going, hey, dude, where'd you get this zone? I didn't invent it. I discovered it. I've been working with charts and numbers and markets for many, many years. And I always sensed that there was some kind of, order, some kind of divine order, if you will, in this whole thing. And so I was looking at the charts one day, and I saw something that I'd never really seen before. It was like I got a glimpse behind the curtain. Remember Wizard of Oz, and they pull back the curtain? Except when the curtain got pulled back, there really was stuff going on back there, important stuff. But I only got a glimpse like that. And then I didn't hear any voices. It wasn't spooky, okay? I'm not trying to sell you that bill of goods. I'm just telling you, I got a glimpse at something I'd never seen before. And so now I've been creating these zones for 3 years, publishing them on the website, sharing them with the CFRN partners. And you can go on the blog on our website, even go back to our old website, archive.cfrn.net. There's almost a year, I think, worth of zone blog posts there, charts. So this isn't a new phenomenon, something just started to happen. I've gone way back with the story. This has been going on since the markets began. And it will continue to go on until the markets end, unless they somehow change the nature of the way the markets work. Now, I'm going to say something that sounds like market profile speak, but it's not, okay? As long as there's people on the bid and people on the ask and prices channeling back and forth between those two groups of folks, this is always going to just be the same. Whether there's a lot of action or no action, a lot of volatility, a little bit of volatility, a lot of volume, no volume, well, no, there's got to be some volume. There has to be some volume and some volatility. Nothing works if there's not volume and volatility. Those are absolute necessary ingredients for trading, even if you just quote unquote trade price action. Okay, whatever that means to you. If that's what you do, you still got to have volume and volatility. But every condition other than no volume and no volatility, we got it covered with just this. So, did we catch the final move back down for 312.50? No. We caught the 2 at 342.50. One final move on the week. Remember, we already measured it over here and here. So this one moves 312.50. Okay. So 312.50 times 1. I'm not going to type per contract, but you know that's what it is. 312.50. Okay. Now you probably think he's being all dramatic, adding up these numbers. I am a little bit dramatic sometimes. That's just my nature. It's all in good fun. I mean, when it comes to working and making money, I have a very good work ethic, thanks to my dad, my grandfather, even my mom. My mom stood on her feet and worked in a factory when I was a kid, so no one in my family is a stranger to work. Okay, so you're thinking, well, you already had these numbers all figured out, and you're just trying to be real dramatic by calculating them in front of us. Honestly, no. you may not believe that, but it's okay. If I were you, I probably wouldn't believe it either. I'm very suspicious of everybody and everything I see on the internet or that comes in my inbox. I have the skeptical radar that is pretty intense. So we got 300 plus 1715 plus 312.5 plus 1375. Okay. 937.50. Okay. 686. And last but not least, 312.50. That gives us a grand total. And for dramatic effect this time, I will type the per contract. $5,638.50 per contract. Now, remember what I said. If you come to us for mentoring and training, and don't come telling me, well, I don't really need all that mentoring and training stuff because I've been doing this market business for a long time. I just need you to teach me how to do this, and then I'll be good to go. We don't have that program. So there's a little bit of rain on your parade right there. All partners are created equal. Okay? In other words, everybody got to go through the same grind. You got to learn all the same stuff. We're not being meanies. That's just the way it is. Okay? Alright. So don't ask. I mean, you can ask, and I'll politely say no, but that's the deal. All partners go through all the same stuff. Okay? They learn the same stuff. That way everybody's on the same page. This way, when we have partner meeting on Thursday night, when we have partners meeting on Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, everybody's on the same page. Every morning in the live trading room for 2 hours every day, everybody's on the same page. Now, if you become a partner, not only will you receive training in the live trading room and the workshops on Thursday night, but you're going to have access to our video library. Now, that video library has 300 hours of training videos. Okay? You're probably going, whoa, 300 hours? That must be one complicated little trade you got. It's not. You got to check 5 things. You can check all 5 of them in 60 seconds. Okay? And if they're all present, all you have to do is put on the trade. chances are when you glance at the chart, they're not going to all be in place, right? And so you're going to have to wait a little bit. But you could glance at a chart. You could just walk in blindfolded, sit you down at a desk, take the blindfold off, show you a chart, and within, actually, once you've been at this a couple weeks, take the blindfold off you, and you'd be able to go, there's a trade, buy at this price. Or you'd be able to go, sell at this price. Or you'd say, there's no trade here. It's that simple. Not easy, simple. Okay? There's no ambiguity with our methodology. Now, I'm kind of mixing two things here. The weekly trading zones and how we trade the market on an individual trade in the live trading room is a little bit different. Okay? In the live trading room, we never risk more than 8 ticks on any trade. S&P, gold, crude, doesn't matter. 8 ticks. That's it. We use aggressive risk management. As soon as the trade moves 4 ticks in our favor, we bring our stop to break even. I know what you're thinking. Oh, that's too tight. You're just going to get stopped out all the time. We do. We get stopped out a lot. I'll tell you where we get stopped out a lot is break even plus 1 tick. Well, 1 tick, you can't get rich on 1 tick. No, but you can pay your commissions. So if every trade, you get, or not every trade, but if you have a string of trades where you get, stopped out at break even plus a tick, okay, then all of a sudden you catch your runner that goes 12, 15, 20, who knows how many ticks, and you're trailing that stop behind it. You only need 1 of those a day. Actually, here, I'm going to tell you what you need a day. We're going to teach you how to make $100 per day per contract. Never risking more than 8 ticks per trade. If you want to trade gold, that's fine. You're going to need 10 ticks a day. Crude, 10 ticks a day. S&P 500, 8 ticks a day. Dow, 20 ticks a day. Because they all pay different. See, the S&P pays $12.50 a tick. Now these bonds, that's a whole different story. Okay, these pay 30. What did I tell you they paid? 31.25. Yeah. As you can tell, I'm new to the bonds. But all these other markets have been trading for a very long time. $100 per day per contract. When you hear us refer to 2 points, just got to get your 2 points a day. You just got to get your 2 points a day. 2 points. We're usually referring to the S&P because there it pays $50 per point. So 2 points is $100. And there's 4 ticks to a point in the S&P. So 8 ticks equals 2 points equals $100 per contract. So if you follow that formula, at the end of a week you have 10 points. Okay? 10 points. Or 40 ticks if you're trading the S&P. But basically you've made $100 a day on 1 contract. That's $500. And you go, well, I can't make a living. We have traders around the world. We have traders who live like a king on $500 a week. But for those in the UK and in America where 500 doesn't go as far as 500 used to go, the good news is once you make 1,000 to 2,000, now the threshold is really 1,000, but if you want to make me smile, earn 2,000 before you go to the second contract. Earn another 2,000 before you go to the third contract. See, this deepens your account, because the last thing in the world I ever want you to do is to go back and dip into that original seed that you put into your account. We know we got to take some risks on the first few trades. That's why we stay in the simulator until we're consistently profitable. So then when we go live, the only thing we got to worry about is the little, jittery nervousness that just comes with trading real money for the first time when you're a new trader. Even if you're an old trader, if you've been through hard times, rough times, tough times, when you learn a new methodology and then you go live with it, it's only natural to have some butterflies. Okay? If you don't have some butterflies, you're not alive. So, and we want you to be alive. We want you to be very much alive. So, our slingshot trade is going to enable you to get into positions in whatever market you like and find the equivalent of a couple points a day. And as I said, if I bring you in, sit you at the desk, blindfolded, once you understand what the trade setup looks like and what our indicators look like, there's only three. There's only going to be 3 indicators on your chart. That's it. I know, hard to believe. The good news is you don't have to take my word for it. You can take the free trial. I showed you the address. I'm going to show it to you again. All you got to do is just come take the free trial. Okay? If you come and take the free trial right here at this address, then you'll know whether or not I'm telling you the truth after day 1. In fact, you can call me up. 949-42-E-MINI. You can go, hey dude, I watched your video and what you said is not true. I wouldn't say that unless what I said is true. When you come to the live trading room, whatever day it is, you're never going to catch us with our doing something that we don't. We're so consistent. We're really boring, honestly. We're beyond vanilla. We're very bland. I mean, we try to be, a little funny, and we try to liven it up from time to time. But basically, this is about making money, okay? And we have people from all walks of life, people that speak different languages. Michael and I are really the only ones talking in the live trading room. Otherwise, there'd be mayhem. But you can participate in the discussion by just typing into the chat box and asking all the questions you want. You can. And we'll answer them. And we won't get grumpy and we won't bite your head off. You know how it is when you go in and you question the guru? He gets all ticked off because he knows all and sees all. Hey, we know that we're not perfect. But we do know that we're as transparent as anybody can be in this business. I truly feel that. Okay? So, go to that address, fill it out, and unless it's in the middle of the night and Michael and I are both asleep, one of us will immediately email you back some videos to watch, a link to download your platform, and then the link and password to get into the live trading room. Okay? And if you catch us sleeping, as soon as we wake up, one of us will do it. Okay? So you don't have to worry. Now, the first email is going to be automated. In other words, our computer is just going to generate an email that says, hey, somebody from your email address and your IP address at such and such a time requested to take a free trial. Was that you? And do you really want it? See, we comply to the Can Spam Act. I don't know if you ever heard of that or not. It's probably too much information, but we hate spam as much as you do. All right? And so we don't do it. We use a double opt-in process. That's why I know it's aggravating, but you got to tell us you want to take the free trial, and then you got to tell us again. I know. But it preserves the sanctity of your inbox. All right? Once you click that confirmation link in that first email you get, no longer is it an automated process. Now it gets very human. Michael or I or someone else on the team will sit down and we'll send you an email, okay, that has all that stuff I just told you about. First thing you should do is, if the markets are, if it's time for the live trading room, 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m., then go ahead and just pop straight into the chat room. You can do the other stuff later. But if it's in the afternoon or at night, then watch that first little video that teaches you how to download the platform and install the indicators, and then get that done. Alright? And then there's a couple other videos you can watch, and then just chill out and wait for the trading room to open the next day. Now the first day in the trading room, you're going to see Michael. He's our lead trader. You're going to see him jumping from market to market to market to market, and it's going to be very confusing. I'll just be honest. Relax. We don't expect you to do what you see him doing, and that's jump from market to market to market to market, okay? We're not looking for you to do that. What we're showing you is the incredible opportunity that's available across all the different markets. We want you to see us execute that trade as many times as possible during that 2-hour window across all the different markets. This way you know that whatever market it is that you like and that you want to trade, it's going to work for you. Okay? This methodology will work for you if you learn it and if you learn how to do it properly. See, we can teach you how to trade, but we can't make you a trader. It's just like I could teach you how to play baseball. If you came from a foreign country and you'd never even heard of baseball, I could teach you how you play the game. What I can't do is make you a baseball player. Do you understand the difference? There's a difference between people who play baseball and being a baseball player, right? Okay, I won't beat that up too much. But you get my point. So, you're going to come, take the free trial, no obligation, no credit card, none of that, no hard sell. You're going to watch us trade that first day. You're going to be a little confused, a lot of colors and indicators and stuff you haven't seen before, little buzzwords. You're going to hear us use words you have heard before, like divergence. And when we point something out and go, okay, we've got bearish divergence, we're ready to enter the trade, you're going to go, that's not divergence. I know what divergence. See, we've taken a couple of terms and we use them a little differently. So just relax, all right? Relax. At the end of your first 2 hours of confusion, you're going to get an email that has a video in it. It's an hour and a half, and it's going to go everything you just saw really fast. I'm going to go through it really slow. Michael's trading live, bouncing from market to market. It's all a blur. You're like, man, I could never remember all this stuff. Yes, you can. Because there's only 3 indicators and there's only 5 steps to the trade. That's it. Like I said, if I brought you in, set you down at a desk, blindfolded, whipped off the blindfold, you could look up at the chart, and within 15 seconds, you could say you need to go long at this price, or you need to go short at this price. Your stop goes here, your target goes here, and every person from Brooklyn to Bangladesh is going to have the exact same number. There's no ambiguity, nothing's nebulous. You know, none of that, well, this looks like a pretty good, you know, this is a pretty good area to maybe start trying to get long. You know, let's see if we can get some nibbles here. And then the next thing you know, the guy's bragging about how he just took 10 points and how you're kind of a schmuck because you didn't. And you're going, what? Really? There's a thing out there called battered trader syndrome. I coined that phrase, so don't try to take it. I'm serious. Battered trader syndrome, where the guru has abused you to the point it's like you got Stockholm syndrome or something. You're a prisoner to this brute who verbally abuses you every day, and you just keep sending him money because you think he's like some kind of, you know, trading god, and somehow he's eventually going to heap something on you that doesn't stink, and it's going to magically start making money show up in your checking account or your brokerage account. I got news for you. He's walking all over you because it's fun, because he doesn't know any better, or because he's just mean-spirited. Mostly, he's doing it because you let him. I'm sorry. I was that guy. Not the brutal guy. The guy that got walked over. Yeah. I was that guy. I was the guy in the hot seat. And I took it, man. I took it for a while. And I realized, you know what? A, I'm not learning anything here. B, I'm not making any money. Neither is anybody else. C, I'm getting the heck out of here. D, I'm going to go create a place myself where people can be treated with dignity and respect and actually learn how to trade. Bingo. This place right here, that's how this came to be. I just told you my story. It's my story and I'm sticking to it. That's me, by the way. That picture was taken in Machu Picchu. Well, down at the base of the mountain. It really was. Yep. And that's Bert and that's David. And so anyway, if you haven't watched this video, watch it. It's really cool. It's on the home page. So this is the first week we did bonds. But we've been doing the weekly trading zones just like this for, I've been publishing them, sending them out to the public for a little over 3 years now. So it was a great week in the bonds. If you had taken every one of these moves, and you didn't, you wouldn't. There's no way. Okay? All the way, these are hourly candles, remember. Sunday night, Globex open. 300 up, 343 down, 343 up, 343 down, $343 up, $343 down, 312 down, back up and down, but I didn't even count those. Did I? I don't think I did. No, I just said times 1. And then we had the bigger move here. 687 down, 687 back up. And then this one I counted them. 312 up, 312 back down, 312 back up. And then the final, let's see, 343 up, 343 back down, 312 down. So if you'd caught every one of these trades. Now remember, you had these numbers before the market opened on Monday. So it's not like you couldn't have done it, because you had the numbers, okay? But I got news for you. Having the numbers, being able to put the trade on and sit through it, okay, and not bail after you get a couple ticks positive on the board, that's a whole nother thing. That's a skill set unto itself. That's why it takes us 90 days to train you. The 5 little steps that, you know, the blindfold, you can spot it, get into the trade, you'll have that nailed in 2 weeks tops. It's what happens after you get in the trade. That's the part that you need. That's the part that's, I don't care what methodology you're using right now to get into trades. That's not your problem. Let me just tell you right now, whatever your problem is, it's not how you're getting into the trade. It's what you're doing after you get in. And that's what's going to take us 90 days to straighten you out. If you're brand new to trading, we might get you there quicker because you don't have to unlearn bad habits. New people, it's like a fresh canvas. Old traders got to clean that board up first, got to erase it. And it's really hard to let go of stuff you've been hanging on to. You've been building your hopes and dreams on something for a really long time. And to then have somebody say, well, you know, just put it aside for a week and have a look. It's hard. I have guys now that could be twice as successful as they already are if they would just throw that stupid RSI away. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said stupid RSI. The RSI is a very intelligent tool. Okay? So my apologies to everyone who trades with the RSI. It is great math, and it's very helpful and beneficial to many traders. However, if you try to lump it on top of our 3 little indicators that we use, it blocks you from seeing and taking about half the trades. And it also gives you false signals on other ones. So you see what I'm saying? That's why the new person, it's actually, they're easy to work with. But you old salts, don't worry, we'll work with you too. Michael and I, when we started this, we said, see, we've been trading together since 2006. We used to trade live on the radio together every Wednesday morning for a couple hours. This was before we had all the fancy GoToWebinar stuff where people could see the charts in real time. We had to talk you through it, like listening to a baseball game on the radio. That's how it was, live trading with us back in the day. Okay, thank God we've advanced in technology now, and it's real time. It's just like you're there, because you are. Okay, so if you'd caught all of these, and you won't, but here's what's possible. That's off 1 contract. Now remember, you can't go to 2 contracts. Well, you can't trade 1 until you've proven to us you're consistently profitable in the simulator with our method. Once you show us that, then we give you the green light to go live with 1. Now, let's face it, it's your money. We can't stop you from doing anything. but we're not going to be happy. If you go live before you're ready, you're only hurting yourself. You're not going to prove any point, okay? Just don't do it. Even if you have a lot of money, don't do it. Because if you want to give money away or throw money away, because that's what you're going to, the market doesn't need extra money. The market's got plenty of money. If you're in a mood to just give away money, go find some charitable organization that does some type of work that you believe in, that you have a heart for, and give the money there, all right? Because if you just go in trading a bunch of contracts until you have already proved yourself consistently profitable in the simulator, that's all you're doing is giving away money. Don't. Do what I say, please. Stay in the simulator until you're consistently profitable. Go live with one. Make $1,000 to $2,000 with that one contract. No, that's not going to happen overnight. Okay? Rome wasn't built in a day. It was built one tick at a time, 2 points a day at a time. Let it build. And see what's happening as you build that account size inch by inch. Okay? You're gaining confidence. Confidence every day. Not cockiness. Not arrogance. See, if you walk in the first day and you accidentally hit one, you know, a nice one, and you make $5,000 your first day, your head gonna swell up so big, you will be cocky and you will be arrogant. And we don't want that. That's not what our community is about. Our community is about a community of believers who trade for a living. Now we have people at all different levels. Okay, Trader Mountain, it's a tall mountain. It reaches into the clouds. You can't see the pinnacle. But we have traders that are all over that mountain. You know, some are trading one contract, some are trading 5, some 10, some there's some that do trade no more than that. We'll leave it at that. Okay? But we don't talk about how much money we made yesterday. The only time we allow anybody to talk about the exact dollar amount, because we want to stay cloaked in humility. That's very important, okay? That one contract that we show you in the live trading room, we purposely don't show you any other screens that have any huge numbers on them to make your head spin, you know, to get you jump in and go, ooh, I got to be a piece. If you're not intrigued enough based on what we do with one contract to want to learn our methodology, then this is not for you. You have to have patience. If you're looking for a magic bullet, you're going to be looking for a long time. I finally gave up looking. See, that's what happened with me. Don't think I wasn't that guy. I was. I Googled till my fingers bled. Literally. Well, not literally, but you know what I mean. And I just finally stopped the foolishness. And I just sat there and I just watched the markets. I said, there's got to be a way. Michael and I together. There's got to be a way. We're not looking, you know, to become the next Wall Street legend. We just want to make an above average living. And if we're ever shown the way, if we ever find the way, we'll share it with others. And we do that through CFRN. Do we make you pay for it? Yeah. The laborer is worthy of his wages. That's me and Michael. Okay, we have families to feed too. Yeah, but don't you make enough money trading? Well, yeah. But here's the thing. Go read any of the wealth creation books, from the really old ones like by Rockefeller or Carnegie to your modern day guys like Kawasaki and Trump. There's a recurring theme in those books. There's many recurring themes, but one is a man who's creating true wealth will have multiple income streams. And our coaching and mentoring, it's two things. It's us making good on our promise to each other and to the universe, to God, you know, that, hey, if we ever truly nail this thing in such a way that we feel comfortable and confident and can sleep with ourselves teaching it, We will share it, and we'll make it affordable. We give you 90 days. 90 days of commitment. You can call us, email us, text us, request private meetings, on top of the live trading room and the Thursday night meetings and all of that. For 90 days we commit to you. There are programs out there, training programs, that charge you like $7,500 for 5 days. We give you the first 5 days free, and I got news for you, we don't charge $7,500. It's actually less. But it's not free. And the third thing, you wouldn't respect it if it was free. The human mind's funny like that. Well, this guy's not... On one hand, you go, oh, well, he should just give it away out of the goodness of his heart because God showed him a way and now he's able to make money. He should just give that away. You say that, but if I gave it away, you'd turn right around and you'd be saying, well, that dude just gives that away, so it can't be worth much. You know it's true. You would. So, it's a fair deal. It's a fair price. It's not for everybody. What we do is not for everybody. Okay? But the only way you'll know whether or not it's for you is to come take the free trial. There's no gotcha, no credit card. 90-day course. The first 5 days are free. It's actually 95 days because we give you 5 days free just to make up your mind. Check us out, kick the tires, use the indicators, ask us questions. Then you decide. If you decide it's not for you, give me back my platform, give me back my data, give me back my indicators. We shake hands, and I'll see you on the radio. We've been broadcasting for 8 years now. God willing, we'll be around for another 8. Other markets were good to us. Thursday night, I sent a tweet out to our followers to consider being short December gold. That's December with a C. December gold. To consider being short December gold below 1286. It dropped $26. Each dollar that gold drops pays you $100. So that was a $2,600 move in gold. It took a little bit of heat here. Okay? Remember, these are hourly candles. But right here, it was this candle that triggered 1286. I mean, there was money to be made on this first candle. It was $2. And then just sideways, and then the bulk of your pay came right here in that move. Now, that went out Thursday night for Friday's trading on December gold. And I also sent out a soybean tweet that said to consider being short below 1279. That dropped 13 cents, paid $650 per contract. Soybeans, in case you didn't know, are like the S&P. In that 1 point in the S&P pays $50. 1 penny in the soybeans pays $50. There's 4 ticks per point in the S&P. There's 4 ticks per penny in the beans. So Friday, our partners had a nice opportunity in the beans. I've already made a video on the yen. I'm not going to go over that again. I just showed you the ES, just showed you the gold. Now, this is just the 30-year bonds bouncing around from zone to zone to zone to zone to zone to zone. This doesn't even get into the intricacies of actually using the slingshot to put on and take off trades and to limit your risk to 3 to 4 ticks on the bonds. It's 8 ticks on all the other markets. Again, this was our very first week in the bonds, so I'm very happy. I don't know that I'll do the... I'm going to do it just like I did with the yen. I'll go a 3-week trial, and if we're consistent, if we have consistent results for 3 weeks, then boom, I'll make it permanent. If not, hey, we gave it a shot. I don't think there's any market I haven't given a shot, and I might give a shot to some of them again at some point. But for now, I'm very intrigued by these because with the bonds, if you get stopped out at break even plus 1 tick, you still make 25 bucks on the trade per contract. You go, well, I'm not in this to make 25 bucks. Well, I know. It's better than losing 25 bucks, right? This is a trade that went awry. You expected it to go 8, 10, 12, 20 ticks, but hey, you got out at break even plus a tick. It's better than a loss, right? So if I can catch a couple of those and then hit my runner, I'm good to go, man. That's my day. Remember, I'm only looking for a couple points a day, 100 bucks a day per contract. That's it. That's what we're going to teach you if you come and take the free trial. So I encourage you, come and take the free trial. One more time, here's the address. That's me, by the way. Okay. cfrn.net/apply. This is all you got to do. Fill that out. Wait for the automated email. Don't start screaming, I didn't get my email. You did, because it's automated. If you typed in the right email address, there's no way you didn't get it. Check your spam box. Check your bulk folder, your promotions folder. Wherever your email provider plays head games with you, go look there. You'll find it. Click it. All will be well. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you in the live trading room. Have a great day.